It's been estimated that 90% of many of the large pelagic sharks have been fished out of the ocean in the last 50 years.
Shark finning is the process where a shark is caught, brought aboard, and quite often it is clubbed or stabbed to avoid harm to the fisherman and the animal. After having its fins cut off, it is thrown back over the side alive.
Sharks have shaped evolution in the ocean. The fact that fish are camouflaged, their speed, their behavior has all been influenced by the shark. If you remove the shark, you can cause some serious problems with diversity in the oceans.
The shark fins are very valuable. They are the most valuable dried seafood product per weight. One fin can cost hundreds of dollars. It's highly prized in Asian cuisine. Shark fin soup was a ceremonial dish hundreds of years ago. Unfortunately, it has become extremely popular in banquets and business luncheons. Where once there were just a few people eating shark fins, now there are literally millions, and it's decimating the species.
Sharks are extremely vulnerable to overfishing because they have very late onset of reproduction, sometimes 15, sometimes 20 years for some of the larger sharks. They're much like humans in that respect. They also have few young. So if you're killing a shark, you may be killing a shark that's never had a chance to reproduce, or you may be killing a shark that can only have maybe 25 or 30 children, if you will, or pups, in its entire lifetime. It's not like a fish that can have millions of eggs, that can broadcast millions of eggs out there and have a high percentage of success. You kill a great white shark and you can knock out a generation in a local population.
The sharks are going to be gone in decades, not hundreds of years. They're going to be gone in a decade or two. They're just going to be gone. It's already happening in places where there are specific shark species that you don't see anymore in certain parts of the world at all. They're never sighted anymore, and it's not because they've decided to go somewhere else. It's because there simply aren't any left. Because if you can get $12 for a fin, US dollars for a fin, in a place where you might make $9 a month in wages, you'll kill as many sharks as you possibly can in a month to make 100 times what your normal income would be. And that's the profit motive. That's the incentive. That's why in places like Galapagos, they'll kill 1 million sharks in a year. In one island chain, they'll kill 1 million sharks and 1 million fins at $12 a piece.
The same reaction has happened in Southern California. You kill all of the sheephead that eat the urchins explode. They eat the kelp, and then the kelp goes away. And then many of the species in the United States on the West Coast have disappeared because there was no kelp. They all depended on living in the kelp.
Actually, people historically only begin to care when it starts to impact their lives, when they start to feel it, when they start to suffer. We respond to tragedies, we respond to crises and disasters, but we have this very no ability to look forward into the future and look at consequences.
Really, some of the most important animals in the ocean are sharks, and they're being killed for fins.